Welcome again to Multiculturalism Day. We hope you are having a great time. This event allows us to have an approach to different cultures in the world. So today we are going to present our activity called Reading the World, Faces of South Africa, inspired by the book Born a Crime by Trevor Noah, that we have been working with our professor Monica. Born a Crime tells us the story of a mischievous young boy who grew into a restless young man and his struggles to find himself in a world where he was never supposed to exist. It's also the story of that young man's relationship with her fearless, rebellious, and perverted religious mother, his teammate, a woman determined to save her son from the cycle of poverty, violence, and abuse that would ultimately trigger her own life. So today we will enjoy first an overview about the book. Secondly, we will see how through the book we can learn about culture in South Africa. And finally, we will check some interesting information about this country. In this part, the group is going to talk about the best memories that the author described. Secondly, it will be a really fascinating interview with several characters that are mentioned. And for closing, a big presentation with puppets that invites people to read. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone! We are about to start a great interview with the famous comedian and writer Trevor Noah, where we will talk about his book. We have a guest, Trevor, Patricia, his mother, and his father, Robert. So let's start with the question. The first question is for Trevor. What topics can we see in the Trevor's book?
Okay, so I wrote about my profile as white in a black world with distinctive vision and humor. I also write about my experience in apartheid. I divided South Africa, white or black, colored, Indian, Zulu, Xhosa, Pedi, etc. Short stories about my life, but the main topic is the apartheid exhibition.
The second question is for Patricia, his mother. What do you want to teach Trevor?
I always told him that he had to work hard. I tried to teach him the value of finding himself as a person, of believing in the things that he believes. Because that is something that stays with you for the lifetime.
And the final question is for Robert, his father. And what is your relationship with your son? Like, in his early years, he could even walk the streets of South Africa with you?
Well, my son and I started our relationship distant, and we have kept it distant but loving, distant but present. I can spend time thinking about what I lost or enjoying what I left. I choose the latter.
Thank you. everybody, and Trevor and Patricia and Robert. Bye!
One scene's important in Trevor's life that you can read about in the book. This scene is the most important moment of his life, when Trevor's stepfather shoots his mother in the head and in her leg, leaving her seriously wounded. Trevor cries and screams. Abel, with a gun in his hand, furious and without thinking about it, wanting to attack everyone and the mother of the floor with blood. It is a moment so cruel and so nostalgic that gives us a lot of sadness until these expected moments come.
In the end, Bora Crime is not just an underbelly account of growing up in South Africa under apartheid, but a love letter to the author's remarkable mother, who grew up in a hut with 14 cousins and determined that her son would not grow up paying what she called the black tax. Black families having to spend all of their time trying to fix the problems of the past, using their skill and education to bring their relatives back up to zero because the generations who came before you have been pillaged.
Well, now we are going to present from part of our partners a beautiful activity that is called a cultural competition of what we learn about the book and the life after the apartheid. So please pay attention and I hope that you enjoy it.
Hello everyone, now we are going to talk about 5 aspects that Trevor of people South Africa during Spirit's apartheid. I hope you enjoy.
Whether there is apartheid or not in South Africa, neighborhood parties are the best. This time were 1 or 2 people and end up being massive. They get to the point being so big that the streets of your neighborhood have to be closed. And they're best when there is DJ from your neighborhood and he's playing the music of you like. They only end when a person is injured or killed. Parties in South Africa are worth celebrating.
Did you know that during apartheid the government didn't provide water service in every houses? So there was a common toilet and a common tap shared by 6 or 5 families. Toilets were in deplorable conditions, and about toilet paper there was only for wealthy people, so they cleaned themselves with newspaper.
People of color have always been very religious, and Africa was not exception. Among the rituals, there was a very specific one, and that was that. After every wake and burial, the family of the deceased offered a feast for the guests. The relatives ate at the inside table, while their guests ate at the back of the house, on chairs and tables where they smoked, drank, and ate on their own.
I will tell you about a strange tradition. It's eating caterpillars. Okay. It's a butterfly larva that is located in the southern region of Africa and serves as a food. They're characterized by being very cheap and are said to be eaten only by the poorest of the poor. These caterpillars have black, brightly colored spines the size of a person's finger. The most disgusting thing about this food is the greenish yellow excrement that droops when you bite it. However, their insides rich in fat and protein, and in Southern Africa they can be served with spinach.
During a party, if you were the fruit of love between a colored and a white person, you have to be prepared for everything you have to face. From the moment you were born, the doctor was looking at you as if you were a stranger thing. In addition, when you went out with your parents, for example, when Trevor went to a zoo or park with his parents, his father had two godmothers behind them because it was illegal for them to pretend being a normal family. However, with the passing of time and the Mandela's hard fight to end segregation, this type of family was having more freedom. And actually, it's because they are a normal family.
That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. See you soon. Bye.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that beautiful activity from part of our colleagues. Now we are going to show you a beautiful video of some important data that you should know about South Africa, like traditions and some culture. So please pay attention, and I hope that you enjoyed that video.
Hello, what happens, guys? Well, I saw the title of the video today in French, and you're a very interesting subject from South Africa, which we are going to mention top 7 curiosities that this country has. Let's start. Did you know that for almost 15 years black have had to keep separated from the white? The apartheid was a political and social system, and that was established in the South Africa
from 1948 to 1994.
I will repeat that, from 1948 to 1994.
And that was based on racial separation.
Did you know that only 4% of South African population is white? It is surprising that of the 55 million inhabitants, the white race represents such a small percentage, and they have managed to maintain apartheid for so long. Did you know South African wines began to start out for their quality after apartheid? Since then, the wine industry has developed and become very important. Cape Town is the gateway city to the country's wine industry and is the region where you'll find the country's major wineries.
Did you know that in South Africa there are a total of 11 recognized languages? That's making it the country with the most official language in the world. Specifically, they are Afrikaans, English, Southern Bembele, Northern Solo, Southern Solo, Swahili, the Songa, the Swana, Benda, Xhosa, and Zulu. Another example of its inexhaustible plurality.
Did you know that South Africa is extremely rich in mines and minerals and is considered the world leader with nearly 90% of all the platinum metals on Earth and around 41% of all the world gold?
Did you know that there is something called Mandela's Day? It's an annual international day in honor of Nelson Mandela, celebrated each year on the 18th of July on Mandela's birthday. Mandela's Day is a global call to action that celebrates the idea that each individual has the power to transform the world, the ability to make an impact.
Did you know that South Africa is the only country in the world with 3 capital cities? Those are Cape Town, the legislative capital, Bloemfontein, the judicial capital, Pretoria, the executive capital. Besides that, there are 9 provinces in South Africa that have their own government: Western Cape, Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, Northern Cape, Free State, Northwest, Gauteng, Mpumalanga, and Limpopo.
My book is about, I guess, my life growing up in South Africa as a mixed-race child in South Africa, which wasn't common at the time at all, because the time that I was growing up was a period of our history called apartheid. And so my mother's a Xhosa woman, my father's Swiss. I was, I guess, a mixture of the two. And I grew up during this time, which led to a series of fascinating and fun stories. Some of them very painful, but I guess I find the comedy in everything. And this book brings it all together.
My way, Khalifa.
Okalimna ye fanaye, okalimna ye fanaye.